Hey YouTube, what's up? In JT Sasuke, I'm here to bring you guys my review for Doctor Who. It's going to be a double review. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what I liked about the last episode last week, and I'm going to talk about this week in a little detail. So, last week, the big thing that I really liked about was just the speech that the Doctor gave. It really gave you the intensity that the Doctor always brings to situations like that. And I like how the Zygon was just like, you don't know what I'm going through. And as soon as technically she said that, I was like, you have no idea what this man has gone through. And he's about to lay the smackdown on you just verbally. And he did. And the speech he gave was so intense and it was so real. You could definitely feel a lot of the pain, the anger, the hurt. You know what I'm saying? That he had felt throughout his entire life, especially during what he ended up having to do the Gallifrey. Although he eventually did go back in time and change that, it doesn't change the fact that he still originally did destroy his entire planet, so he still knows what that feels like. So with that being said, it was a really good episode. I actually like last week's episode just slightly better than this week's just because of that speech. This week's episode was definitely more eventful though. So basically, the dust in the corner of your eye when you fall asleep became monsters due to the Mobius process, which is basically just a machine that makes you go to sleep, and it captures the essence of sleep, allowing you in about 5 minutes, allowing you to go forward without sleep for a very long time. Which, on a fundamental basis, that sounds pretty cool, but that would definitely have a lot of problems in real life, but we're not going to talk about that. A couple people died as usual. As a matter of fact, a lot of people died as usual, and they were able to escape in the end. The way they did it was kind of like as if it was kind of like a found footage type thing. It was very interesting. I've never seen a Doctor Who episode like that, so I'm actually very happy that they changed it up, just the style of it and how it switched from different viewpoints. And I was thinking that it made sense that there was like cameras everywhere, but apparently there were none. So when they said that there were none, I was like, okay, so now how is everyone getting the footage? But apparently specks of dust are just floating around with them, and that's why the monsters are blind, which luckily for them, those monsters were blind, so they were able to move, and they were able to kind of get away. But in the end, it was the guy that the rescue team came there to save. I also find it interesting how Clara and the Doctor just end up in these random situations. I truly think that what the TARDIS does, it takes them to places where people need saving, or things need to happen so that way like civilization doesn't get destroyed. So that's why, like, in my opinion, that's really why humanity even lived to the very day in the Doctor Who universe, because the Doctor is constantly interfering with the fate of humanity, which is good. You know what I'm saying? It lets humanity prosper and live centuries and centuries ahead. That being said, yeah, it was a fairly simple episode. It wasn't a two-parter, which is surprising, but I knew there were going to be two episodes that weren't two-parters. I thought it was going to be last week's episode, but apparently not. I read the list. I read the list wrong or got the numbers wrong. But either way, it was still a good episode. That's basically in the episode. They came to a ship and they were trying to figure out exactly what the hell was going on in terms of those monsters, where they came from, why they were attacking, and they found it out in the end. They were able to get away. But in a nutshell, that was basically the Doctor Who episode. I liked it a lot. It was pretty good, and I can't wait for next week's episode. So comment down below, let me know what you guys thought, and subscribe to my channel for more Doctor Who content. Peace.